Hey guys, and welcome back to the Sim Racing Show episode 57. And this week Fanatec have dropped the kind of news that we're just not used to seeing. They've made extreme changes to their warranty and returns policy, and I think it is going to make a lot of difference for new purchasers, but existing purchasers aren't so happy. And also this week Le Mans Ultimate is getting up for probably its biggest update. Yes, there's new GT3s, there's a new track in Lusail, but there are driver swaps and more, and obviously F125 is finally out. I've been playing it, I'm going to let you know my impressions. There's also a new open world racing game being built in the UK to challenge Forza Horizon by the guy who literally created Forza Horizon, and he's made some big statements about Gran Turismo and ACC and everything like that. Red Bull's sim racing team has just stacked their iRacing squad with top talent, and the WRC license is bouncing back away from EA to Kyloton, and there's also big questions about the F1 license possibly being the last ever year it's going to be with the EA. But let's start with Fanatec. They've made a big move, and I think you're just going to like it. So starting from June the 3rd, all of their products, as I understand it, now come with, listen to this, a 3-year warranty as standard. 3-year warranty as standard. And the new return window has been doubled to 30 days. I guess that's more kind of standard. I'm not sure why it wasn't 30 days originally. But 3-year warranty, apparently that applies to anything bought from their site or official retailers. This is great news for sim racers. Part of the reason I was investigating Fanatec so much, flew to Germany, interviewed them, was because of their poor practices when it came to consumer rights and good consumer practice in terms of updating us on our gear and where our gear is if it goes to RMA, and now they're doing a 3-year warranty period. So for anyone who supported the content I was making for a long time on the Fanatec problems, put a fire emoji in the comments, because I want to thank you for supporting me, for supporting Fanatec now making this difference. It could be a part of a wider Corsair effort to continue to fix Fanatec's reputation. It could be Fanatec themselves, I don't really know yet. But let's remember, last time I did the sim rating show, Fanatec had also surprised people a little bit positively by issuing refunds or a 25% discount code for tariffs that had been reduced in North America. Very complicated. So some people aren't that happy about this though, because if you've already bought a Fanatec product, I don't believe this applies. But if you're buying a new one now and something goes wrong, they say they're either going to repair or replace it, even with a newer model if the original's not available. And it's tied to individual products too, so if one item in your bundle fails, you should be covered. Now, I looked at the small print. I want to give the fair warning. So they say the limited warranty does not cover damage resulting from misuse, abuse, neglect, improper installation, or unauthorized modifications. I've done all of those to all of my products, so I'm out of warranty. Cosmetic imperfections such as scratches, dents, or discoloration that do not affect functionality. And yes, we are still waiting on full force support for Gran Turismo 7, which is well over a year late. Now, if they can add full force and people agree with this policy, this could be a start to kind of returning Fanatec to being a well-respected brand in sim racing, because certainly its reputation has gone through the absolute mud. So let me know, would you actually buy a Fanatec product now? Let's move on to Le Mans Ultimate, because it's getting a massive update next week, and it could be the best one yet, but again, I want to caveat it. I'm just going to say it. Some YouTubers, some sim racing outlets, they pretend everything is really positive. It's only amazing. There's no downside. There's downsides to all this kind of stuff, and I'm going to explain it with Le Mans Ultimate as I did with Fanatec as well. So what are we getting? 2 new LMGT3s, a Lexus RCF, and the Lamborghini Huracan Evo 2, the V10 one, plus laser scan Lusail International Circuit with the day-night lighting, which is really important for that circuit, and driver swaps. But this is where I think things aren't so uniformly positive. And I'll just tell you how it is, like I always do. So driver swaps are coming. That's amazing. It's something that Le Mans Ultimate have said is coming for a long time. They're starting in special events, which is fine also. But basically, you're going to need at some level some subscription to the race control software. I think if you want to use it in other races, you need the race control subscription. And again, the DLC I just told you about is not a free DLC. You have to pay for it. So Le Mans Ultimate is now becoming this game where it's a good sim. Like, it's a good sim now, but you have to keep paying. I like the idea of the driver swap, so someone disconnects and your teammate can jump in and drive, and also it's going to make obviously Le Mans make a lot of sense. Le Mans is happening next week. I'm going to be going to Le Mans as well for the Le Mans Classic, which is really interesting. But I'm a bit uncomfortable about how it is being kind of put behind all of this paywall stuff that not a lot of people are talking about. No doubt there's going to be a lot more reveals coming at Le Mans, and obviously I work a lot with Pimax, I work a lot with Thrustmaster, I've been working with Le Mans Ultimate in the past as well, so I'll be getting you the inside scoop. Now I do want to say a quick word about GT Omega, because they are heading to the Sim Racing Expo for the first time ever, which is awesome. I've always said to them, can we meet at the Sim Racing Expo? But now they're actually doing it. They obviously make the chair I'm sitting on, the bucket seat, the rig you can see behind me as well. And hopefully they're going to be showcasing some exciting products at Dortmund. I don't have inside info on that. But I want to say a big thank you for GT Omega for sponsoring this video and sponsoring the channel for such a long time. You can continue to get a discount if you use my code Kireth5 at checkout on gtomega.com. So really cool that GT Omega are expanding. We've been working together for a long time. And so I'll say, yeah, congratulations. Hopefully I'll see you at the Sim Racing Expo. Now let's move on to F1 25, and it does have what you would expect. It's got the full 25 F1 grid, all the official cars. It's got the 2024, I think, F2 lineup. They've ditched the last gen consoles, which is, I think, only a good thing now because we want to see the F1 game kind of push things to the limit. They've got some laser scan tracks like Suzuka and Imola, but then they've added 3 reverse layouts like Silverstone backwards. I think it's just really stupid. Like, I don't need that, actually. I'd rather you give me like a classic track or something like that, so I don't agree with that. They brought back Breaking Point as well, which is a Devon Butler drama thing. I don't think we want that. I think that's been pushed by executives. They did it with FIFA, where there was a journey in FIFA. Like, they think it's a great idea. I don't think a lot of us love it. Influencers get paid to stream it and excited about it, but my opinion is it's not a big deal. And people are hoping that it's a leap forward over F1 24. It's not a leap forward over F1 24. It's more of a polish than a revolution. However, I've been playing it. I enjoy the kind of weightiness of the cars. I enjoy the window of oversteer when you get on the power. I think it deals well with this conundrum of how do you actually make F1 cars that have like 8 gears and all the ERS and DRS and they just have so much downforce. How do you make that accessible to you and I, whereas you do it on iRacing, everyone's just spinning all the time. So I think they've done a good job there, but it's not a revolution. Don't expect it to be a revolution. I would personally wait for a discount or go on Instant Gaming, who's one of our other sponsors, and try and get a discount now. Now, a brand new AAA open world racing game is in development. It's being built to take on Forza Horizon from one of the people who originally created it. It's from Gavin Rayburn, co-founder of Playground Games. He's now leading Lighthouse Games, and it's all confirmed now that they're working on a racing title designed to be very different and disruptive compared to Horizon. We don't have a name yet, but what we know of this is built in Unreal Engine. I can hear the booing in the back, and apparently it's not just another Horizon clone. However, Rayburn did say Horizon has done a great job in making car games more mainstream. He would say that. He was responsible for it. He did also drop some figures where I believe he said that Forza Horizon has made more money than Gran Turismo and all the other kind of racing games, The Crew, Need for Speed combined, which is absolutely insane if true. Let's move on to esports for a little bit because Red Bull Sim Racing are stacking talent again. They signed Luke McCowan, ex-Apex Racing Team, a double British F4 esports champ, and he's joining their iRacing Special Events Squad, which is run by Max Verstappen's team Redline, and they picked up Lucas Bloom, who's ex-McLaren F1 esports engineer. Lots of other esports drivers moving as well. Friend of the channel, Lucas Blakely, has left McLaren Shadow. Where will he go? We will see. The esports side is important, I think, to connect the kind of like our game space with the real-world motorsport space in sim racing when it comes to F1 or WRC or the GT. So I do think it's important. That's why I keep an eye on it. But let's go back to licenses now, because EA has lost the WRC license and Nacon is picking it back up from 2027. So we're going back to the crew that did WRC Generations. Kyloton, they're going to be handling development. Hopefully there's going to be an update to the KT engine. I have been trying some Kyloton games recently in Paris. Big Ben and Nacon invited me over and I got to try Endurance Motorsport Series and Rennsport, which they're publishing, and also get hands-on with the RevoSim hardware. The RevoSim hardware from Nacon is very interesting, very competitively priced at $699. you get a load cell. The pedals are a bargain, I think. Let me know if anyone thinks those pedals aren't a bargain. Like, I think they're really good value. And speaking of management, a management sim is coming out of early access. You might be interested in. It's GT Manager. Worked with them previously on the channel. I went to Spa with them, interviewed Glickenhaus, also played the game a little bit. Yes, it is more of a mobile focused game, but it's coming out on PC, out of early access. It does have fully licensed cars. You can go all the way up to hypercar. It's got real teams, real drivers. That does make a difference when you see who you're racing against. And after the collapse of F1 Manager, this might be a really good fix for some people if you want to dip into management, but it's not massively in depth. I want to make that clear. And let's not forget that the Gran Turismo World Series lands in London this weekend for round 1 of the 2025 season. So the fastest G7 drivers are going to go head to head. Presumably Gran Turismo is going to make them drive in like the Honda CR-V and like a Toyota Prius and all the cars they've been bringing to the game. I don't know, but I am going to be there in person. So if you're attending or nearby, we do have a meetup. So we have a channel meetup happening, and I might be bringing some gifts. So join the Discord, link in the description, or www.simracingdiscord.com if you want to find out more information on the meetup. I'll also be going to the Gran Turismo World Series after. It's been another sim racing show. Thank you so much for supporting it week after week. I will see you next time.